hold.
He's here. He's here.
Mother! Father is here!
The king, my lady. The king.
Your fate is set and you cannot escape it.
Robert, how are you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Such a pleasure to talk to you. There's so much about this film that I really could spend hours talking about, but the one part in particular that I have to talk about is the catch and the rethrow of the spear. I know it's literally 2 seconds, but I think it might actually be the coolest thing I've seen in a film in a couple of years. I wanted so much just to go like really loudly celebrate that tiny moment. But for yourself, like, how did that come about? Because I know it's small, but it is massively attention grabbing.
I should have looked it up before I went on the press tour, but it's from a saga. You know, I read it in a saga, and I thought, well, that is cool as hell, and I want to see that in a movie. You know, and that's it. That's how it came about. That's it.
Okay.
You read it, and I put it in. That goes for virtually the whole movie.
Well, it's probably unfair to make this connection after 3 movies, but between this and The Witch and The Lighthouse, there is something about setting these stories in isolated, barren lands where people are kind of left off to themselves, and there's a sense of mysticism about them all. But what is it about that particular setting that you feel you might be drawn towards?
I guess my relationship with nature is like a 19th century romantic painter, like, and I'm in awe of it, and it's it has the sublime, and it is also more powerful than man, and full of well, you know, it can kill you.
Sure. Well, calling from Ireland, there's some spectacularly beautiful shots in this. Like, I've been all over Ireland, and there's parts where even I was like, oh my God, that is stunning. But I do feel I should almost apologize, because you had to film this during a time when maybe you didn't get to experience Ireland at its most fun, let's say, because there was obviously everything else going on in the world at the time. But how was your experience filming The Northman in Ireland?
I mean, it was great, but as you know, but it also sucked too, because you know, I got to enjoy Belfast a bit, and then but once, even after the lockdown and the film's hiatus, once we got back to it, everyone had this massive responsibility to not let the film be shut down again. So everyone was just kind of staying in their apartments and hotel rooms. So we couldn't really explore, but I was very lucky to see a whole lot of Northern Ireland scouting the film. And basically we were meant to shoot, I mean, the story takes place in Northern Scotland, ancient Ukraine, and Iceland, and Northern Ireland was able to do like most of that, but we knew there were some things we had to shoot in Iceland, and we were planning on shooting a lot more stuff in Iceland than we actually did because of COVID related issues. And so that we ended up having to shoot some stuff in regular Ireland as well. To find like more Icelandic looking landscapes.
In terms of say The Witch, I believe, just like basic internet reporting, was I think a 4 million budget, and The Lighthouse I think was 11, and this is reportedly around 90. Just from your perspective, what was the biggest difference in this production for you compared to the smaller movies that you previously given us? Yeah,
I mean, massive pressure, you know, and responsibility. I had to make an entertaining movie, you know. I knew when I gave my script to the studio that there was no way I was going to have final cut on this because of the size of it, and that was the hardest part. Just because, like, you know, I was positive that this was going to be a Robert Eggers film. and I knew that like through the process, it was going to be hard to take the notes and interpret them in a way that was true to me and my collaborators. And but we got there and we delivered the movie that we all wanted to make.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm just one man, but I will say you absolutely did deliver. I thought this was fantastic. So congratulations.
Thank you so
Robert,
much.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I will save you, mother.
I will save you, Mother.
I will kill you if you let me.